Well, hello, Pamela, in Brisbane, Australia. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, really good.
Lovely to see you today, and thank you for letting me interview you so you can share your story. That's wonderful.
No, that's okay. More than happy to.
So I've known Pamela for a few years. You were actually a client of my husband's Paul's in Australia in our clinic there, weren't you, Pam?
Yes, yeah. He was fantastic. It helped my health enormously. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful to know. And then we left Australia and we sort of didn't see each other for a little while. And then you decided to contact me for some online services, and you saw about my 18-day cleanse. So can you tell me what drew you to the 18-day cleanse? Because you're in your late 40s, aren't you? And you were getting some perimenopausal symptoms. What were they?
Yes, yeah, and that was the main reason. So there was obviously the hot flushes, the night sweats, and mainly the fatigue and the brain fog. That was that, and the memory. That was awful. So I contacted you and you suggested I do the cleanse. And absolutely brilliant. Well, I did message you and tell you that it was, one of the best investments I've ever made in my health, and certainly don't regret it at all. In fact, I'm going to do another one. So, yeah, absolutely swear by it. I tell everyone about it and try and get anyone to do it if they will. But yeah, definitely worth doing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And so when you said night sweats before you did the cleanse, what was it, what was it like, because some people get a little bit hot at night, or a little bit sweaty, and other people it's like change the bed. What was your sweats like?
Yeah, so it's like a hot flash. So you warm up, get woken up, break out into like a sweat all over, and then cool down after that. But have to sit up because the mattress gets so hot. So yeah, it's quite uncomfortable. But yeah, it's not a nice symptom for sure.
And how many of them were you having a night?
Every hour and a half.
Flipping heck, so not getting any sleep
at all.
No. And how quickly during the cleanse, how quickly did you start seeing a change in that? Because a lot of the other symptoms that you had, are related to menopause, but I think it's the sleep disturbances, is it, that just cherry on?
Yeah, certainly within that sort of that second week, when you sort of start really eating a lot cleaner, was when I started to really notice the differences. And especially in my memory and that as well, like that was huge. Energy levels, just the improvement was out of sight. Lost probably 2.5 kilos while doing the cleanse, and have lost a further 2.5 kilos just living by that sort of 80-20 rule, and just keep being mindful. And that weight has stayed off since August.
That's fantastic. So in your weight, because we're stones over here, so that's lost almost probably about 5 or 6 pounds during the cleanse, and then another 5 or 6 pounds. So getting close to a stone, and you look fantastic.
Yeah, and I feel it. And my clothes are much more comfortable. Had to buy new clothes, but even my existing clothes felt a lot more comfortable. And so definitely worth it. I didn't do it for the weight loss. The weight loss was, I guess, that extra side effect of eating so well. Certainly I did it for more of the perimenopausal symptoms was my main drive for doing it. The weight loss was just a bonus. And certainly my cholesterol came down too, and my blood test certainly showed a drop in cholesterol, which was really good as well. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And I think what people don't know is when they're getting perimenopausal, you're looking for what are all the herbs, and there's some really simple herbs, but for you, we didn't add anything in, did we? We just did the standard.
No. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you suggested that we just do the cleanse and then see how we go from there. And the cleanse was fantastic for it. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and the brain fog, just being able to get rid of that brain fog. And now I'm at work and I can learn new things and remember a lot better, think a lot clearer. That was the huge thing for me, and that was a huge driver for me, because the brain fog was just awful.
It is awful, isn't it? And isn't that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Most people talk about the mental clarity on the cleanse. Not even people in perimenopause, but everybody's like, I can actually think.
The mental clarity is huge, and that's probably my biggest thing I got from it. Was mental clarity, and just being able to think again and learn new things and retain things, and the mental clarity is a huge thing. Yeah,
it is, because we're in our 40s now, and hopefully we'll for another 40 or 50 years. And it's like, if you stop
Yeah.
to have that ability to think and make decisions, it can become a bit overwhelming, can't it? I get that too, and that's why I can't wait to do this February cleanse. I'm ready for that kickstart of my brain and my energy level.
Yeah.
I find that the full, because we've talked a lot about, you know, in the past about the daily rituals, you know, having eating better and having lemon water and exercise and all meditation, and obviously all those things are important, but you know, it's quite clear that you just wouldn't have got the results without that period of full immersion, of being fully immersed in something.
Correct. And that accountability as well, having a Facebook group and then having you there. I mean, you're fantastic. I could message you at any time. And also, given obviously the differences in seasons too, any recipes if I wanted to make something warmer, because I did my cleansing winter, it was your summer. You're fantastic. I could just, you know, message you a recipe and you would say, right, include this or take that out. And so I was able to adapt, even though I'm on the other side of the world, I was able to adapt that cleanse, while everyone else is doing over there with you as well. So, it was great to do it. I think fully immersing in it in the group, having that accountability, having the structure, was absolutely paramount in being successful in doing it for the full 18 days for sure. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing that journey. I can't tell
that's
you.
Okay.
What an honour. Can you imagine doing my job? You know, it's such an honour, and thank you for sharing love. I know you recommend people, and isn't it wonderful that this international community of, I don't want to say women, because there's sometimes partners do join, but let's be honest, you know, most of the group is women around our age, and isn't that wonderful to be this community internationally? This time we're going to be having Zoom groups as well, because we've got 4 Australians joined us, so we'll make sure that you know, we get everybody together at some point and have a little celebratory boogie anyway. Really,
that is fantastic.
Really looking forward to supporting you further, Pam, and thank you so much for sharing. Really grateful.
No, that's okay. You're more than welcome. More than welcome.
Bye.
Okay, see ya.